And we are live. Hello, hello, beautiful Lovetarians. This is Natalia PH and Cecile from the Lovetarian Way, wishing you happy New Year.
Happy New Year, all.
We want to really, we're imagining that this year is the year where so many of us come together and awaken that this beautiful momentum is really on and people are truly standing up out of this matrix of fear, and beautiful heaven on earth is here. I see it. Can you not?
I can see our light shining. I see we're having so many people coming to the group who are interested in our way of living, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, look at this. What is it? Just 2 months that this group is live, and we have already over 1,000 members. Isn't that beautiful?
It's amazing. I think it's really beautiful. And it's not only us inviting other people, it's people from the group inviting their friends and family who think they can just benefit from this. But I think everyone can benefit, of course. But
yeah, definitely. So beautiful, beautiful souls. Just invite as many people as you believe would benefit. And please don't judge anyone. Don't think that maybe they are not ready, because sometimes I saw that a lot of people are so-called closeted awakening. They don't really want to openly admit it, but they like to observe, right? And they like to get inspired. So that could be very beneficial.
Definitely, because sometimes I'm in groups and I don't want to engage yet because I'm not open to it, but I'm seeing it on the background. And then afterwards I think like, see, I do want to invest my time in this and I do want to change and I am open to this. So I'm definitely, yes, no judgment there.
100%. And one word to those that are present with us live, we are using this software called StreamYard. And in order for us to see your comments later on, you need to give permission for StreamYard to show your name. So if you see a little message above this video or below this video to give permission to show your name, please do that. And then we can respond to all your comments and your questions afterwards. Now we just like to be present with you, right, Cecile? We want to focus, so we're not going to be necessarily responding to any of that right now, but after we always do that, right?
100%.
And would you like to tell our beautiful people here where they can find all the videos that we are recording? Because I believe this is the 14th video that we have recorded in 2 months.
Yes, in our group, our amazing Lovetarian Way group, we have units. We made special units per section what it is. A life about pillar 1, of course, 100% responsibility. Pillar 2, the golden rule. Pillar 3, everything is a miracle. And pillar 4, the Lovetarian nourishment. You can find in those units all amazing live videos that Natalia made. This is my second live, so you won't find a lot of videos of me yet, but more to come.
But it's coming.
It's coming. So there in all the units, you can find amazing information about what the pillars stand for, what it is all about. You can find it in a welcoming video where Natalia explains everything about the pillar itself first. And you can also read it if you want to, because we have it in PDF file too. And then we have the live versions where people could send in their questions and Natalia is talking about it and talking about the pillars, of course. So yes, go to the units and check it out, because awesome live videos. Seriously, that would help and benefit all of us.
Yes, and we also have recorded videos where we're talking about some practical applications of the Lovetarian Way, because people, it's not about talking, it's about walking the walk. It's truly about embodying the light that is within all of us. It's truly about awakening the divinity within us. I mean, the saviors we are waiting for, it's us. Every single person that awakens and connects to this higher self is so powerful. So imagine if all of us had done that. Wow.
Hallelujah.
But you know, isn't that connecting directly to pillar 1, Cecile, of the Lovetarian Way?
Yeah, taking responsibility for your life, taking action, walking the talk and talking the walk and walk, just doing it. Yeah.
But pillar 1 is taking responsibility, 100% responsibility for your life. And I believe it really nicely connects to the topic that we are going to be talking about today, about absolute and total forgiveness.
Yes.
how does forgiveness connect with taking 100% responsibility, Cecile? Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think if you don't forgive yourself as a first step, you can't take responsibility for your life, because sometimes I know when it comes to, for example, parenting or things, you regret sometimes things you did and you wanted to do it in another way. But on the other hand, if you see it, that you're taking responsibility for it and you're forgiving yourself that you didn't make a mistake, but you just had a lesson of growth, and you can continue. So you know that you don't want to redo that lesson of growth again, and you forgive yourself and you continue. And I think that's a better way of starting to forgive it's a better way to forgive yourself first, because how can you otherwise forgive somebody else? You can't. So you need to start with yourself.
Yeah,
it's difficult.
I have some great quotes here. I'm going to read to you guys. First one is from Louis Smedes. He was a theologian, writer, and a speaker. He said, "To forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that the prisoner was you." Isn't that profound?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And another one from Steve Maraboli. "Forgiveness is a reflection of loving yourself enough to move on."
Yeah.
And Maya Angelou said, "Forgiveness is the greatest gift that you can give yourself." So basically, when you forgive, you allow yourself space to heal.
Yes, because if you are holding a grudge, sorry, darling.
Yeah.
If you're holding a grudge, it's not it's inside of you. You are how you say it. You take your energy down instead of forgiving yourself and uplifting your energy again.
That's right. You know, in 2012, I recorded the training called the Mindset Academy, and then Abundance Academy followed. Actually, it was 2011 and 2012. And there I was explaining the energy fields of our body. It's, you know, we are multidimensional beings. We are emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical bodies. And feelings that we do not let go of, feelings that we don't heal and feel, they will get stuck either in our physical body, or they will get stuck like this gunk, you know, like this, well, you can call it rubbish, metaphysical rubbish, that will be blocking our light from shining and the goodness coming to us. So if somebody wants to be pragmatic and practical, honestly, just pragmatic and practical, the best way is just to forgive, allow the space for the light to shine, right? And come in.
Yeah.
It's just as simple as that. If people say, "Oh, okay, it's something invisible, I can't touch it," but you can feel it, right? You can feel the heaviness of guilt, of shame. We can all feel it.
Yeah, and there's no need to feel guilty and to have shame. Forgive yourself and continue.
Come on, tell me.
Yeah, and I mean, and like continue your life, and you've learned from it. You learned from that experience, and you don't want to repeat it, but you forgave yourself. And with forgiving yourself, you can continue being uplifted and continuing with the good things you want to do. And you know that you're not gonna make the same not mistake, but lesson of growth. Because I don't believe we make mistakes.
We, the Lovetarians, we are using different words for mistakes. We are calling them lessons. And I recently also begun to call them decisions. You know, we made lots of decisions in the past, and some of them were better, some of them were not so great. But it's the empowerment. When you make a decision, when you're responsible for your life, that's what it is. You don't make mistakes. You know, how many people are just living in this vegetation state? They don't dare, right? They don't make any decisions. So they don't make any mistakes. So therefore, they don't grow. But we need that. Everything in nature must evolve and grow, right?
Yes. Yes. And and people maybe see sometimes the downside, but I always think it's an upside because it's changing. And like the quote I shared a couple of days, or you shared, I can't remember, one of us shared, to step out of your comfort zone, change is necessary.
Yep.
And also
forgiveness sometimes.
Yes. Yeah. But it goes hand in hand.
That's right. That's right. So we need courage and we need to be brave to actually forgive ourselves. It sounds ridiculous, but it's actually true.
Yeah. And actually, it's so simple, but sometimes the simple things you don't see straight away.
No. And we also need to take under account that, we have been programmed as children. We are carrying the burden from many generations of
Yes.
men and women in our lineage. So if we do the work, if we are the ones to dare to love ourselves fully and completely, and this quote about how much you're willing to forgive yourself is a reflection of self-love, I think it's so accurate.
Oh, yeah. Super accurate.
I mean, the biggest gift you can give yourself is to truly love yourself and forgive yourself. And understand that everything is happening again for you. Life is happening for you, right?
And again, everything has to connect. Everything is in connection with love. Everything is connected. We're all one. So if you want to love unconditionally, you want to forgive yourself as well.
But people often say, some of the clients that I was working with, they had all sorts of burdens, and we came to find that it was not so difficult to actually forgive another person, no matter how they had wronged us. It was the most difficult to forgive ourselves once we understood that we, as humans, we are volunteering to come here to this planet Earth right now in this moment in time, and we are creating and co-creating all sorts of painful situations, and we suffer through them. But if we understand the mechanism that we come here to grow, evolve, bring light, and create heaven on earth, it doesn't have to be so dramatic. Once you understand the rule, right, of the game, it doesn't have to be so dramatic.
No, definitely not.
So it all comes back to pillar 1, 100% responsibility. So you use the algorithm of creation. Do you want to talk a little bit about the algorithm of creation? We talked about it so many times.
The algorithm of creation is choosing your thoughts. And when you think like it's the attraction and the thinking, and everything comes together. Everything is, again, all one. So when you're thinking and creating positive thoughts in your mind, you're also creating it on the outside, right?
That's right.
So
yeah,
that's why I try and not trying.
You do your best.
I'm doing my best, yes, to use positive words instead of, in my belief, I don't know how to explain it otherwise, negative words. I prefer not to say, I can't, I need. No, I want and I can. And that changes a lot, for me in my daily.
In your daily life, yeah.
Yeah.
So some people are not willing to do it. So let's tell them, let's guide them how to forgive themselves and how to forgive others. And we have some great tools for that, right? We both have been avid students of Ho'oponopono for quite some time now.
Yes.
We love it. Do you want to talk about it a little bit?
Yes. Let's give it a go. Ho'oponopono. I absolutely love it. It helps me forgive myself. It helps me love myself. It helps me with taking responsibility. Everything that the Lovetarian Way actually stands for, it helps in everything. It's a mantra you say to yourself, where you forgive yourself, where you thank for the lesson, and you say you love yourself. So, for example, I always say, I'm sorry for the situation I've created. Thank you.
Can you explain those 4 sentences that are consisting of Ho'oponopono?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Yeah. First one is, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry is you're saying sorry to yourself for the situation you created in your life, in your mind, in your feelings, in your emotions. Then you say, please forgive me. So I'm forgiving myself for creating that situation. Then I'm saying, I thank you because I'm thanking myself for the lesson of growth I got. And then I'm saying, I love you, because I sincerely love myself, and I love myself so much that I want to forgive myself, and I want to thank myself, and I want to say I'm sorry to myself. And when I say that mantra back in my head or out loud, it calms me down and it gives me perspective, and it erases or takes away the memory, because I don't need that. It doesn't serve me, that memory. I don't want that in my brain. I want to have memories that are uplifting.
Yeah, because the idea with Ho'oponopono is that we create either by memory, which is all the programming that is in the field that surrounds us, or by inspiration. And inspiration is the direct message from the source of creation, right?
Yes.
So there are just two ways, the way that Ho'oponopono is concerned. So when you do this mantra, you're literally cleaning the field. Remember that mess and the gunk we were talking about at the beginning, right?
Yeah, I'm literally cleaning everything in my aura, in my energy, in the field, everywhere, in the dementias. Everything is cleaning. And I must say, it doesn't matter what situation I'm in, it seriously calms me down, and it takes away the energy, and it gives me back more inspiration and other energy that I can use to continue.
But it's also, again, coming back to pillar one, because it's our responsibility to do some action, inspired action. And in this case, it would be choosing this mantra, this tool, Ho'oponopono, and then letting it go. Because, I mean, we are saying those things, but it is like a prayer. It is like a petition to the divine, to our higher self, to please do this for us. Our job is to say, okay, I'm willing to believe that this is working, and I'm willing to believe that my words matter. I'm willing to forgive and love myself that much. And I'm willing to also understand that I don't understand anything.
And I don't need to understand.
Exactly.
That's the thing that I don't need to. Right? I let go.
Exactly.
Like one of those Disney songs with Carmen, with my daughter, where she sings "Let It Go," and I'm like, yes, honey, you let it go. Indeed, sing it as loud as you can. Just let it go. I think it's such a beautiful thing that she learns in different ways. Yeah. And I'm trying, for example, my kids, everybody around me, I'm trying to teach them, okay, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Say it to yourself. You know, in the beginning, I thought, yeah. And then you told me, just say it. You don't need to mean it yet. Just say it. And then I thought, okay, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. And then after saying it multiple times, I thought, oh, she's right again. And it calms me down, and it helps me. And then I thought, okay, I want to read the books. And then I was open. So again, no judgment. It's just taking it slowly by slowly. And again, this is such an amazing tool. So eventually I started to love it again because I was open for the concept.
Do you have the books there? You want to show the listeners the books? I will show them. I have those ones here by Joe Vitale, where he introduced Ho'oponopono to the world, and it became huge. 2 parts,
yes.
At Zero and Zero Limits. And then also there was another teacher, Mabel Katz, who is also very funny. She was a tax advisor. She has some great stories about what happened to her and her practice and what happened to people when they were practicing. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I really like her books because just as the ones from Joe, they are easy, but I think Mabel's books for the first time are easier reading and easier to understand. Mm-hmm. I love the way she describes. Sorry? For a beginner. And what I like about her is that she explains about her own life and how things went sideways, and when she was introduced by Ho'oponopono, how that changed her life, that she stepped out of a relationship, out of her marriage, that she was financially depending on her husband, that changed all of it because she just had faith and she just let go, and she kept cleaning and clearing. And cleaning and clearing is saying the sentences, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. That's what cleaning and clearing is about, because you're cleaning and clearing the memories, and you're cleaning so you can get inspiration in. And what I like is the fact that she explains that she kept hope and she kept trusting and letting go, while out of the sudden, the universe gave her magic, of course. And she created her magic because she got a job, she got a house, she saw her children, she got a very great business. And it's just trusting yourself, loving yourself, letting go. So many amazing.
Because, you know, like leaving your husband or taking a decision, for example, to divorce when you know you need to do it, even if, you know, some people might think, oh, your marriage is perfect, but you don't know, right? Like some people, if they don't grow together, they cannot sustain marriage. And that's what she felt, right?
That's what she felt, yes. And it's just beautiful to see, well, for example, from my own experience, doing Ho'oponopono work and having a experience where we had to very unexpectedly move out of our house with our children, and during this situation where the economy is a bit different compared to last year, because my husband and I, we are self-employed and I'm working through the internet, while my husband is a personal trainer and does other sorts of treatments. While he needs to see people physically, he wasn't able to work, so everything was scary. We had to move, and how do we do that financially? And then I thought, no, calm, relax, again, love yourself, trust that for every door another door opens. And again, within the minute I got the email that we had to move out of the house, and I was feeling choked, and not physically, of course, but mentally, that same day, out of the sudden, my mom and her best friend, they found a house for us. That afternoon, we went visiting the house, and 2 days later, we signed a contract. And out of the sudden, not even a week later, I have a new job. And then 2 weeks later, my husband has a new job. And I was like, see, just trust, let go, relax. And that's what I learned from those books as well. And of course, from you, because you were coaching me already for a year. So you introduced me to all those things. It starts again with love and all the pillars.
And daring, honestly, daring to have courage to think differently, right?
Yes,
and trust.
100%.
Because it is not a popular thinking, especially, unfortunately, in the circumstances now when a lot of people suffer. A lot of people suffer so much. And here we are with the reasonable, I would say, spirituality. We're telling them that you're much more than this situation, you're much more than your physical body, you're much more than this crisis, you can rise above it. Whoa. It's not popular.
Well, you saw, I'm an example, my husband's an example. We can rise above it. Sometimes, sure, things are stressful, but then you take a step back, you think like, why am I letting it be stressful?
Definitely.
Love yourself, take me time. And me time doesn't mean that you can sit your bum on the couch and do nothing. No, me time is that you get this correct and you get that correct. And you work on yourself. That's, in my opinion, me time. Of course, sometimes she can relax on the couch too. But it's not that you can sit down.
Up to you.
Yeah, but it's not like you can pray for miracles, and you're sitting on the couch and doing nothing. That's something different.
One of my favorite spiritual teachers, the beings, entities called Abraham that are being channeled through Esther Hicks, they oftentimes talk about it all the time. You need to focus on inspired action. So you do nothing until you feel the energy culminated within you. So as opposed to, people being desperate and suffering, and they take all sorts of actions, and actually they create more poop in their life, more drama, more conflict, more problems. I sometimes just do nothing for days if it need to be. And then I feel the inspiration and boom, and I'm like 500% productive and ideas are coming, and it's amazing. So you need to trust in this balance and this balance.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's definitely a balance.
Defo. Yeah.
So
about Ho'oponopono, also, I don't know if people recall, I talked about, it helps really solve the most crazy things that you can think about. If you ask for forgiveness, you give gratitude for the blessings that are already on their way to you by saying thank you. You forgive yourself, you love yourself, right? And you open to the divine intervention. Miracles literally happen. Like for me, or even Mabel, she was a tax advisor in her new business, and none of her clients ever had to pay any fees. Can you imagine? You know the saying that death and taxes are certain, right?
Yeah, you have the same in Dutch.
Yeah. So people, when she represented them, they didn't have to pay any penalties, no fees. They were able to amicably come to understanding with the tax office, and everything was fine, right? In my life, oh my God, I had this case in 2009. Yeah, even before that, when bank terminated my loan, and it was the previous crisis that we had, economical crisis, when the Lehman Brothers went down, and bank terminated our loan, and we had no money, and I had to pay $1 million within 30 days. What? Right? And my husband and I, we practiced all those things that we know. I even made one recording about it. One of the first recordings, if you check the units, you can listen about that. I talked about the mantra that I was using then to attract abundance. But it all started with me being willing to love myself, forgive myself for co-creating this situation, because my dear friends, nothing happens by accident. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for us to grow and be willing to focus our energies on what we want and what we prefer, right?
Yes, definitely.
Exactly. So any situation, yeah. But I mean, when my dog ascended, and it was like, our dog was like our baby, 15 years with us. And I was willing to see past through the veil. And I'm communicating with him now. And it's been 9 months since he passed on. We're talking to him. We don't feel his absence, because we feel his energy with us all the time.
Yeah, so, the only what I have with our dog, the absence, is that the fact that I love my husband to death, but he's still not a furry person. So it's not like I can stroke him. So that's the only part that I miss.
But have you tried? I literally did that. We were sitting on the couch with Joachim, and then our dog was normally between us on the couch, and we closed our eyes and we just were petting.
Yeah.
And we felt it, like we felt it. And we were just doing this exercise before we started. If you do this, right, you can feel the energy.
Yeah,
so if
definitely.
you do this and you start visualizing, you can literally start feeling like his hair under my hand, So again, power of the mind. How are you willing to use your mind and your heart? Because your heart can transcend the veil, and you can communicate with people that are not with us in the physical anymore, but you can. Right?
Yeah, you can, definitely.
Great. So today we talked to you guys about forgiveness. We talked about the Lovetarian Way. We wished you an amazing year.
Yes.
May you be showered with infinite blessings. May you always focus on the light. We know sometimes it's not easy, but you can do it. We know you can.
We're just going to light up the world the Lovetarian way.
That's
and shine our light bright.
And we will continue the topic soon, maybe next week, maybe in 2 weeks, but we will let you know for sure. If you have any special requests, because talk about forgiveness was actually requested by one of our listeners, we are very, very happy to discuss all sorts of things for you. And please, please, please watch the recordings, because they are there for you to help you grow and evolve and light up, right?
Yes, definitely. And remember, in the units, if you see the live videos, Natalia has always amazing practices to go with it. So it's not only listening, it's also the tools she gives you where you can practice being Lovetarian and unconditional love, for giving yourself anything.
That's right. Perfect. So we are nearly half an hour, which is perfect. That's how we want to have it. So not too much. Keep you a little bit interested in the next one. And let us know what you would like us to talk about. And please share. Please invite people to the group. this is a free group, so we really need cooperation and people's willingness to share. The more you like it, the more you share it, the more you share the post, the more people will see it. So please help and let's do this, right?
Let's do this together. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So thank you. We're going to go now, and we are wishing you an amazing 2021 and a fabulous January.
Yes.
Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.